Taiping, Perak, 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 Perak. Taiping Malay, Taiping Jawi, Taivighh Chinese, Taiping, Mandarin, Thai 51 Pying, Hokkien, Thaipêng, Tamil. Taiping is a city located in Larut, Matang and Selama District, Perak, Malaysia. It is located approximately 48 km 30 mi northwest of Ipoh, the capital of Perak, and 78 km 48 mi southeast of Georgetown, Penang. With a population of 245,182 in 2013, it is the second largest city in Perak after Ipoh, the state capital. Taiping took over Kuala Kangsar's role as the state capital from 1876 to 1937, but was then replaced by Ipoh. Its growth slowed after that, but in recent years the town has been developing rapidly again. Perak State Museum is located in the town. Taiping also receives some limelight for being the wettest town in Peninsular Malaysia. The average annual rainfall is about 4,000 in Taiping, while the peninsula's average is 2,500. Its unusual rainfall has also led to a fertile collection of flora and century-old rain trees in the Taiping Lake Gardens. Taiping was ranked top 3 sustainable cities in the world. History. The area developed quickly in the 19th century when tin was discovered. The mines attracted large numbers of settlers, particularly Chinese. Feuds began between the different groups of Chinese immigrants and became so bitter that in the early 1870s, the British intervened and assumed control of the town. Taiping was the capital for the districts of Larut, Matang and Selama in Perak. Before 1937, Taiping was the capital of the state of Perak and the center of a long and drawn-out war resulting in a change of rulership for the state. Taiping used to be known as Klian Paw, Klian meaning mine, while paw is a type of small mango. Long Jafar has been historically credited with the discovery of tin in Larut in 1848. According to legend, Long Jafar had an elephant named Larut, and he used to take this elephant with him when journeying between Bukit Gantang and Lubak Merbau. One day the elephant went missing, and when the elephant was eventually found 3 days later, Long Jafar noticed tin ore embedded in the mud. It is said that this was how Larut got its name. Eventually, in 1850, Larut district was bestowed upon Long Jafar by Raja Muda Angah Ali and the chiefs of Perak, the Temenggong, Panglima Bukit Gantang, Panglima Kintu, Siabander, and Suri Adikar Raja. Sometime later, the Sultan of Perak, Sultan Abdullah, died in 1857, and a series of succession disputes ensued. Unhappy with the abuse and favoritism of various royalties, rival Malay camps took sides with one or the other of the 2 great Chinese secret societies present in there at the time. Long Jafar established and developed his administrative center at Bukit Gantang and made Kuala Sungai Limau Etrong the principal harbor of the Larut settlement. In 1857, Long Jafar was succeeded by his son Angah Ibrahim. Sultan Jafar Muazzam Shah presented an acknowledgement letter to Angah Ibrahim on 24 May 1858. This letter was signed by Sultan Jafar, Raja Muda Angah Ali, and the Raja Bendahar of Perak. In the time of Angah Ibrahim, the Chinese increased in number, and by early 1862, large groups were formed by the Chinese, the 5 associations whose members worked in the mines of Klian Paw, and the 4 associations whose members worked in the mines of Klian Baharu. Mining rights were given to the Hakka 5 associations, or Goquan Wuguan or Wuquin, and the Cantonese 4 associations, or Siquan Siguan. Chung Kang Kuizheng Jingui was leader of the Hakka Goquan and the Haisan Haishan Society that they belonged to, and began to operate his tin mines in Larut in 1860. Larut was destined to be plagued by 4 major wars between members of both the Cantonese Goquan Gi in society Yizing Si Hui Dang and the Hakka Hai San Society. Many Hakka had fled China when the Taiping Rebellion broke out there and found work in the mines of Chongqing, Hui establishing his position over the mining area in Larut as leader of the Hai San from 1860 to 1884. The capital of Perak was moved from Bandar Baru New Town to Taiping after Datuk Maharaja Lala assassinated the first British resident of Perak, Mr. James Wheeler Woodford Birch, at Pasir Salak in 1875. In 1937, the capital of Perak was moved from Taiping to Ipoh. The town's mining industry continued to thrive. The country's first railway was built to transport tin from Taiping to Port Weld, now known as Kuala Kangsar, at the coast for export. The first train in Malaysia took its schedule on 1 June 1885. By 1900, an English-language school, a newspaper, and the Perak Museum, the oldest in Malaysia, had been established. Although Taiping's economy declined with the dwindling tin deposits, tin mining still remains an important industry in the area as rubber and rice. Geography and climate. Taiping lies 23 m above sea level, situated on a plain to the west of the Bintang Mountains. Perak's capital city, Ipoh, is approximately 48 km 30 mi southeast of the town, while Georgetown, the capital city of the neighboring state of Penang, lies 78 km 48 mi away to the northwest. Climate. Taiping also receives some limelight for being the wettest town in Peninsular Malaysia even on the driest month, which is in June, with 159 mm 6.3 inch of rainfall. The average annual rainfall is about 3,000 in Taiping, while the peninsula's average is 2,500. Its unusual rainfall has also led to a fertile collection of flora and century-old rain trees in the Taiping Lake Gardens. Government. The Taiping Municipal Council is the municipal council which administers the township. This council was established after the township on 1930. Their jurisdiction covers an area of 186.46 square kilometers. Due to electoral division by Election Commission of Malaysia, there are 2 parliamentary and 6 state constituencies dividing the township. There are Taiping parliamentary seat, Awang, Pakak, Assam, and Kamunting state seat. Meanwhile, for Bukit Gantang parliamentary seat, Terang, Kuala Sepetang, and Changkat Juring state seat. Demographics. Taiping has traditionally been a Chinese majority, which is still retained till date. Chinese make up 46%, followed by Malays at 37% and Indians at 14%. The others constitute 3% of the population. Education. Primary and secondary education in Taiping are provided by national type schools, Chinese medium schools, and Tamil medium schools. Attractions. Lake Garden, the first public garden established during the British rule in Malaysia. It was originally a mining ground before established as a public garden in 1880. Maxwell Hill, Bukit Larut, a hill station with an altitude of about 1,000 ideal for jungle trekking and camping. Tulip Garden, located at Bukit Larut. It is the first tulip farm established in Malaysia. Taiping Zoo, a night safari. Taiping, first zoo to be established in Malaysia, popular on weekends with day trippers from out of town. Old Clock Tower. Perak Museum, first and oldest museum in Malaysia, established since 1886 by Sir Hugh Low. Notable people. Anwar Fazal, born in Sunjay Bayer Selama but resided in Taiping. Anwar is the founder and also chairman of the Taiping Peace Initiative and various non-governmental organizations in Malaysia. Felix Aruthanathan, former owner of company Technoprofit, and first introduced Wi-Fi calls to British company E Limited. Imi Ui, music producer, composer, arranger, and vocalist. Lim Swee On, former health minister of Malaysia. Athaya Sankar SP, a Malaysian writer from Olong Lama, Taiping. To Chin Chai, a Singaporean politician who served as the Deputy Prime Minister for Singapore. Transportation. Rail. The Taiping railway station was the first operational train station in Malaysia. Originally, the station served the local tin mines, transporting ore to Port Weld, now Kuala Sepetang, and mine workers to workers' settlements. In the 1930s, railway connections to other towns like Ipoh, Kuala Lumpur, and Singapore started. The Taiping Port Weld line was dismantled by KTMB in the 1980s. The station was previously served only by KTM intercity trains, with a one-way trip to KL Central taking about 6 hours. Since 1 July 2015, however, the station has also been served by KTM ETS Express service, reducing the travel time on the same route to about 3 hours. In addition, Taiping also serves as a stop on the ETS transit service between Ipoh and Padang Besar.